So
It's a real puzzle. Okay. All right, now I'm coming through. Let's see. Was I silent the whole time? I think I was. All right, let's start over again. Okay? So we'll pretend everything up to that now didn't happen. I'm going to go back. So I've disappeared. I'm not here. All right. I'm going to rewind the song. Rewinding the song. Okay. We're going to pretend none of that happened. We're going to start over again. Here we go. Ready? Take two. And welcome. And no, I didn't do it right either. But regardless, welcome to the Save the CFPB live stream, episode 16. It's October 15th. None of that happened. This is all new. I don't know what you're talking about. Check out the new green screen. Unfortunately, it's a little aggressive in the color. You can see it's like I'm getting a little see-through on the microphone. That's not green, but I had to turn the similarity up because I don't have it well lit and I don't have the color dialed in exactly right. So I've got a little bit of work to do there. But as I was saying, real green screen technology. This is a decent microphone. The camera is fine. I don't really see a problem. You don't need to get any high definition of this. Luckily, it only looks like one person's watching, so nobody realized how I messed up. So, the question is the quality of the resulting stream as I, watch it to review for like problems and stuff is still not that great. My upload speed is huge. It's huge. That's not the problem. Huge uploads. So I just think maybe YouTube doesn't like me, and so they won't give me that high quality goodness of my live stream recording. What are you gonna do? I guess just perform better, more likes, more subscribes, and maybe YouTube will let me get that sweet quality. I suppose my mic could be better, but it does a pretty good job. Maybe that'll be the next upgrade. We haven't saved the CFPB yet, so I'm going to keep chugging. What is the CFPB? All right, well, first let's talk about me. I'm Chuck. I work for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That's the CFPB. I am not here representing the CFPB as a government official, nor am I representing my union, the National Treasury Employees Union, Chapter 335. I'm here purely in my personal capacity, advocating on behalf of really me and only me, but also the consumers and the citizens out there I care about. Check out my cool yellow loops. Now that's all you'll be staring at. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is a government agency that was founded in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis to prevent another financial crisis from happening. So the problem is that in the big bill, the CFPB's funding was cut by 50% almost. Why? I don't know. No one gave me a reason. But the weird thing is that doesn't save the taxpayer a single dollar. And I need to remember to look at the camera. It doesn't save the taxpayer a single dollar because the CFPB's funding comes out of the Federal Reserve. Okay? The CFPB has returned, oh man, $21 billion. Man, the number just escaped me for a second. $21 billion with a B over the last 14 years of its existence. And spends about $1 for every almost $3 returned to the American consumer. This is through fines or through refunds or through other actions that CFPB has taken that causes these banks to, return the money to people. Fines and lawsuits also end up returning money to people. I'm not an expert on all that. I'm just kind of explaining the best of my understanding. I'm hoping to get somebody who knows more than me on sometime to actually talk about CFP related issues. I'm a software engineer, so what I do for the CFP is totally different. And it's not that I don't, I do learn about these things through my creation of various web apps and things, but I don't have a hands on day to day action with them, so I don't always know exactly what the right words are. Regardless, I'm very proud of my work with the CFPB, and so that's why I want to make sure that the Bureau stays around. I stay at my job. I want to keep doing my job, and that you, the American consumer, keeps getting protected. So that's why we're here today. Going to encourage you to take some actions, civil action, to save the CFPB, but that'll be later. In the meantime, we're going to get underway here. So today we're playing Baby Steps. There was an update. I was waiting for it to download, which is why I was kind of spinning yarns before. It is downloaded now, so we can get started. I'm going to hit the play button. I do have a few more little technical things to take care of. I have to make sure its window is being captured properly and stuff. So I will keep spinning yarns. So I do want to say, just again in my personal capacity, that this weekend there are no kings protests across the country. I encourage you to attend because I think that the very basis of this nation was founded on those two words, no kings. And so I've heard some other folks saying some very nasty things about this idea of the No Kings protest, that, there's something nefarious about it. I think that's BS. No Kings is right there in the Declaration of Independence, and it's pretty omnipresent in the Constitution as well. So I encourage everyone to go to those rallies. I think it's great. I think you exercise your First Amendment. Otherwise, you're not going to have all the other rights that we enjoy. So get out there, protest, speak your mind, and let it be known what you believe and why with your fellow citizens. Talk to people too at these rallies and protests, because that's where a lot of great ideas and movements start. Is just people talking to people. Again, I've said this before. I'm sworn an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. I strongly believe in the Constitution. I believe in every amendment in the Constitution. And I also believe that speaking up, protest, and questioning authority, and rejecting absolute authority, holding your government accountable, those are American values. So I hope you agree with me. And let's get it going with this game where I take steps. All right. This is, I guess, where we left off. Oh, yeah, there was the tower. We walked up that tower. Okay, let's see if I remember how to walk. So if you haven't seen me play this game before, this is Nate. Nate has problems. I'm just trying to get Nate to take a couple steps and walk. And that is the entire game, essentially. It's right foot, left foot. Just a slow but steady progress. And who can disagree with that? So, tonight I promise to answer everybody's deep philosophical questions. There are only 2 people watching, and one of them might be me monitoring my own stream. So, other person, I hope it doesn't count me watching my own stream, but maybe it does. Feel free to post your deepest, darkest questions. No, not darkest. Deepest questions. Deepest philosophical questions into the chat. I'm watching. I'll answer them right away. For instance, Chuck, how did you forget to check that your mic was working before you started the stream? I don't know. Not a pro. Not a professional. But we're getting there. All right, so yeah, right now I'm just walking. Okay, I saw this in a thing. This is a tower of cans, and I guess there is like a reason to try and oh, stand on top of it without knocking it down. I failed. All right, moving on. So, oh, he's having some problems. Okay. Hopefully, I hope a lot of folks were able to tune in last Friday. It was a really good stream. If you didn't, go watch that stream. I mean, hey, I'm not saying watch it now, but it's probably better than this one because in this one you're only getting to listen to me. That's pretty boring, I think. I think the ones where I engage with another person probably a little more enjoyable, which is why it would be good, if folks posted if there was a lively chat, but again with two people, that's not likely to happen. One day, I'll have 400, 1,000 people in the chat, and I could be like, chat, clip that, and they'll put it on social media, whatever I said to clip, and they'll be entertained by my antics and backstrokes. Look at Nate. He's a really good swimmer. Okay, Nate, get up out the water. Let's see. Oh, face plant. So, I'm considering when to do another stream this week. The exciting news for this weekend, for me at least, is that in Pittsburgh, one of my favorite entertainment troops, Kaiju Big Battle, will be in town. So Saturday, I will be attending Kaiju Big Battle. So, no stream is likely Saturday. Oh no, I didn't really want to fall in the pit. That's okay. We all encounter setbacks in life, things we didn't really want to happen. This game is about falling down and getting back up, and falling down again. Kaiju Big Battle is like professional wrestling, but in monster costumes. I'm so excited. I think this will be my 6th time seeing Kaiju Big Battle, which is awesome because they're not really native to Pittsburgh. So I've gotten to see them every time they came here. I haven't gotten to see them in any other cities, but someday maybe. Okay. All right, let's focus on the game now. All right, chat. Any questions? No. And in fact, I lost a viewer. Well, that's the worst. I think I gained. Did I gain a No, I didn't gain a subscriber. I thought I gained a subscriber. These are the measures by which we judge success. Not really, but just trying to get the word out there about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and the need for us to get our funding restored. Oh, Nate, Nate's saying some bad words today. So, every little bit counts. So, thank you to my one viewer using my soft voice today. Nice and calm and dulcet tones. And get up over this rock with Nate. Nate, that looks interesting up there, but we're not going to be able to go directly there. So we're just going to have to really navigate our way around. A little bit of face plant, never hurt no one. So, no spoilers. I don't know how this game ends. But I have heard that it ends. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna relax for a moment. When you have someone to engage with on the stream, I think it makes it better. You know what I mean? I can talk to myself pretty effectively. So we could do that. I might just have to. Because it doesn't look like I'm going to get any probing philosophical questions this evening. I was really hoping for some. Just one or two. I have a lot of answers. If you see this at a later time, I think you can still comment in the chat. I'll come back later and if there are more comments or what have you, I'll pipe up. I'll answer your questions later. Let's take a sip of coffee. So it's Wednesday. I had a pretty good day. Got a flu shot yesterday. Oh, Nate, come on. Oh, it's a bunny. Nate, just stand up. Come on. It's being a little bit. It's being fussy. So say hi to the bunny, Nate, if you see him again. Okay, we're going to be careful up here. But I got my flu shot yesterday, so today I was feeling had a little sore throat for a little bit. A little under the weather. But these flu shots, vaccines are important. You know, RFK can come at me. But I just believe that. You know, we're entitled to our beliefs. Oof. I wish, I do have the capacity. I don't think that it's as acceptable in a stream for me to just kind of go into a Matthew McConaughey kind of monologue about things. You know, like one day I just realized I had to stand up and keep walking because JKW just keep walking. So I could go off on something like that. I don't think it would go anywhere. I'm just saying I have that in my back pocket. You know, I could be demoralized about having one viewer here on this Wednesday night. But that's not what this is about, you know? It's about the struggle. Sometimes, some days, you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar eats you. Okay, we're not crossing there. We're going to go up to this fancy bridge. So yeah, I mean, the point is, if you want to save the CFPB, you know, like, I don't know if you've ever heard the Alice's Restaurant Massacre by Arlo Guthrie. But he says, is that Arlo Guthrie? Yeah, that's Arlo Guthrie. He says, you know, if you want to stop the war, you have to sing louder. Now, I'm not trying to stop a war per se, but if you want to save the CFPB, someday you're going to have to do streams that nobody's interested in until you find that secret sauce, you know what I mean? Today, I don't have the sauce. I've not gotten, 100 people to come watch. It's Wednesday. Maybe they just don't like it. Maybe Friday's a better day. But you can't let a one viewer night, burn your soul or make you bitter. Just can't do it. Struggle. You struggle on. Today's a one viewer day. But, maybe one day I'll be at 100 viewers and I'll look back and I'll say, remember that one viewer day? You didn't quit. You kept trying to save the CFPB with a YouTube live stream of you playing ridiculous video games. And you know what? You got to be proud of yourself. The struggle is more important than immediate success. You can't expect that. You have to fight one day longer than the people who are trying to hold you down. If you just stay one day longer than they do, you win. You have to make them give up. Every war is a war of attrition. Every battle is a battle of who can care less. That's actually a song by Ben Folds. It's a good song, and it's about a different thing. But the point is that you have to make your opponent care less than you do. Now you might be thinking, Chuck, I don't know what you're talking about. In a game of chess, somebody gets checkmated, and that's the end. You can't keep struggling after you've been checkmated. I disagree. You challenge that person to another game, and another game, and another game, until you reach your goal. Which, if you're beating them, I mean, it is, then they're going to get better, possibly too, at chess. As you learn from your mistakes, they're going to learn from theirs. So it might be a while, is all I'm saying. But I'd say keep going. Keep going. And even if you can't beat them at chess, you can just make them so sick of chess that they don't want to play it anymore. And maybe that's your victory condition, you know? And that's the struggle. So maybe for me, I'm going to have the one viewer days where practically, I think I can safely assume literally no one is watching. But what you have to do is, this is slippery. This is not really working for me. What's that? Does that look like a good alternative? Anyways, maybe I make everybody so sick of hearing about this stream that they just all show up one day. They're like, maybe he'll shut up if we all like and subscribe. And on that day, I will have won. You know? And that's why you keep struggling. Either that or eventually I will cease functioning as a carbon-based life form. And, you know, is that a win for me? I think yes. Oof. As long as I was still streaming or planning to stream that day or later that week, I think it's still a win. And I think I can get up this slippery hill. I believe it. I believe in myself. I believe in Nate. Maybe I don't believe in Nate. I do believe in myself. Nate, I don't think that's the way to do this. What do you think, Nate? Can we get over here? Does this look muddy? What do you think? See? This is why we struggle. This is why we fight. Because sometimes Nate finds the... Oof. Ooh, head first into that rock, Nate. Good job. Anyways, so, everybody has to just struggle for what they want one day longer than the forces allied against them. And then you win. All right, let's see what this is over here. What do you think? Sometimes you change your path. It's all about, you know, this game is all about life philosophies, how you you work your way through all your struggles, your day-to-day struggles. This game is a metaphor, and it's one foot in front of the other. Oh my. I had a thing I used to say, which I should say more, and that was one Lego at a time. Because if you have kids, I don't really know why I'm walking across this. It looks like I could probably just do the swim move. What do you think, Nate? You want to swim? Let's go. There you go. Like a fish. Like a wounded fish. Like a stinky, wounded, noisy fish. Nate conquers yet another obstacle. Alright, see? If walking doesn't work, if baby steps don't work, maybe baby swims works. Alright, now I have 2 viewers, okay? And hopefully that viewer is joining me live and did not watch the silence of the first, I don't know, 5 minutes of the stream as I spoke into a microphone that wasn't turned on. Or was, I guess, technically turned on but not selected. I don't know. That's a struggle, though. And that's that's baby steps. That's one step at a time. JKW, just keep walking. JKS, just keep stepping. Okay, there's no way we're just, grappling our way up this hill, though. So let's go over here and see where that takes us. You got to trot every path. You got to hit every rock with your head. And that's life. Some days in life, you got to go head first down a muddy hill into a rock. But that's, that's the struggle. Struggle on, strugglers. That's what I always say. Just now. So, if you're just joining us, Oh, we do have a fan. We do have a fan. Thank goodness. We have a listener, viewer, who. What did he just say? All right. I don't know. Nate said something interesting. I could rewind later, but we have a viewer. He had his own struggles with YouTube. So see, I was just telling them, my dear friend Moika, um, that life is a struggle. It's about struggling one day longer than your opponent. If you keep fighting and they give up, you win, and that's what this is all about. I'm gonna save the CFPB one bad step at a time, and one, muddy slip into a rock at a time. And if it takes me 10 years, that's what we're doing. I don't know what will become of the stream if I do save the CFPB, or even if the CFPB is saved not at all by my actions. I might still take credit, but do I quit the stream? That seems like a quitter's thing. I got a lot of video games I could play, and this is an excuse to play them while making other people watch me. And I think it's like constructive. I can answer people's questions in the chat. Their deep philosophical questions help people out with their personal problems. Kind of like Frasier. You ever see that show Frasier? With Frasier? And he's got a call-in show. And he's a psychiatrist. I mean, I'm of two minds on Frasier. One, think if you are a psychiatrist, a real psychiatrist, and you have a call-in show, I feel like you're not putting your best ethical foot forward, because that is not a way to help people. Not really, right? I think there's a way where you could just talk about topics and such, but you definitely cannot give people advice after hearing, a 30-second, corn niblet about their life. Like a 20-second corn niblet is not going to give you enough to go on. And so I think there's the side where it's unethical. The other side of it is I think they would be fun. So there's a part where I'm like, I think it'd be fun to be the person giving out advice after a 20-second corn niblet of somebody's life. So again, I'm of two minds. It would be fun. It is an ethical dilemma. And that's everything I have to say about Frasier. Baby, I hear the blues are calling. Ow. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Nate, you're making me nervous with your yelps. Just kick those bottles over, Nate. Oof, yeep. What's that over there, Nate? It looks interesting. Let's walk towards it. Nate, have you ever seen Frasier? One show with less ethical dilemmas than Frasier, Alf. I think actually I do have an ethical dilemma with Alf, but we'll get to that in a second. I would hide an alien. I mean, I wouldn't let the government experiment on him. And that's funny coming from me because I work for the government. But I think that, the Supreme Court has found that the Constitution applies to everyone in the United States, whether they are citizens or not. That was found some years ago, and I believe that even Justice Scalia, known for his conservative views, agreed with that decision very clearly. So that would mean that the Alf alien has rights, and thus I think surrendering him to authorities when he has not committed a crime or has been incredibly accused of one, I don't know, that's questionable. Do they have a warrant? Because at that point, I mean, it is a lawful arrest. So I guess there's a little bit of an ethical dilemma there. The ethical dilemma I have with Alf really, though, is not about whether you turn him in. Oh.
Shit!
Now I see why you wanted to know where the toilets were.
No, Jim! I didn't. I just got knocked. There must have been an animal.
Yeah, it was an animal.
No, it was. I don't know why it fell. It was perched precariously.
I watched you push it off the cliff.
I didn't push it. It just. I was going. I was opening the door.
There it was, perfectly positioned.
What do you mean?
Served
Why
us
was
for
it
years.
perfect? Put it closer, not on the cliff, on the land.
You want me to dig
That's a good
some
point.
kind of shit pit?
No, I don't want a shit
You want me
pit.
to clean the toilet
I
for
don't-
you after you go?
No, I don't want either of those.
I told you I was a guide.
I don't even
I'm
want
not the toilet man.
I'm not.
I'm not some kind of medieval knight soilman, Nathan.
I didn't want you to be a soilman. I don't even need a shit. I just need to pee.
You peed on me in a sense.
Oh man. Anyways, so back to my ethical dilemma with Alf. It's interesting because I kind of am curious about the storytelling here, because if these scenes are improvised, I mean, what was the story? Did they kind of have a storytelling? Was it kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, where they're like, well, here's the general story outline, and whatever. So, gonna pause my conversation about Alf's ethics real fast because there's a question in the chat. Mook, user Mook, has asked. Oh, get up, Nate, get up. Don't fall anymore. Sorry. Has asked, is playing this game unethical since Nate would still be on the couch if you never played? I don't believe that's true. All right, who's whistling at me? All right. I don't believe that's true. Nate is teleported off the couch before I ever lay a finger on a controller. I can be blamed for that, for instance, for Nate hitting his head right there, because I am in control of Nate's movements at this point. But I am not in control of any of Nate's life choices leading up to the teleportation off the couch, that the kid video abduction that he endured in the beginning of the game. Oh, ow. So no, this game is ethical because I'm obviously trying to help Nate. And if I don't move the controller, I think he would still be stuck back in that cave. So it's my ethical duty to move that booty. Anyways, in Alf, one thing I didn't like, and this is not about ethics so much, it's about a personal ethic, I think, that is important. But ethics, there are many kinds of ethics, but ethics as a sense of, generally what ought to be done. So I think that, for instance, if you are playing this game, one ought to try to help Nate to solve his problem here, which is essentially, well, that he needs to take a pee. Oh, that hurt. And that he needs to go somewhere and find out about his whole situation. So I think ethically we ought to help Nate for a lot of reasons. We can get into that another time. But in Alf, the problem I have is that I believe you ought to respect people's names that they go by. You believe it is important to pronounce names correctly, to call people the names they wish to be called if they have a preference, which isn't always the case. I don't have a real strict preference. Although if certain people don't call me the name I'm used to, I probably would miss that they were calling me a name at all. And not in the insulting way, but rather like my name is Chuck, and if my mom called me Chuck, that would be really weird, because they call me, my immediate family calls me Charlie, which is a different name. But if another of my friends called me Charlie, that would be even weirder, because we have a different friend named Charlie, and I am not Charlie. In that sense, he is Charlie. So, oh man, Nate, this rock is tough. This is a tough one, Nate. This is a tough one. We're going to struggle here. Anyways, in Alf, his name is Gordon Shumway, and they call him Alf for alien life form. Now, he doesn't at any point correct them and say, my name is Gordon Shumway. He does tell them his name is Gordon Shumway. And they still call him Alf. And I find that objectionable. He has a name. He answers to Alf. Sure, certainly. But at the same time, he's in a oh man, he's in a compromised position. So, I mean, obviously, if you watch the show, Alf is pretty ornery, right? But you do have to ask yourself, oh man, he split the legs on that tree there, didn't he, Nate? Oof. You do have to ask yourself, in a compromising position like the one Alf was in, was his first instinct though to say like, okay, I guess I'm Alf because I don't want to, these people are protecting me, my life's in danger. I better just go with the flow, right? Now later he felt free to become ornery, and I guess at that point you could say, well, he should have told them then that if he preferred to be called Gordon Shumway. I just think that they should have called him Gordon Shumway, or Gordon, I mean at least, or Mr. Shumway, or Dr. Shumway. I don't know, that maybe he had an advanced degree and that was his preference. I don't know. So that's my ethical problem with Alf. Oof. Oh, look at that butt jiggle. No, Nate's frustrated. Actually, I'm frustrated, and that's usually how I take it out. Is I make Nate do a little butt jiggle, and then I feel better about myself and everything else in the world. Okay, we're coming up. Oof, we're past 7:30, but there was that 5-minute delay of silence at the beginning. But we'll do a little pause here, and we will talk about the CFPB. Little pause. Nate, can you just hang out for a moment, Nate? That's a boy. Hey, hi out there. Here, hold on. You know what? Let's see. Now I got the green screen. I could go. Oh, you could go. Hi. Can we just talk? Me and you? I'm here trying to save the CFPB. You're out there watching this video in YouTube land, and I appreciate that. But what I need you to do, even if you've done it before, please, again, go to 5calls.org, search up CFPB, and there'll be an issue there for you to read up on. A lot of interesting facts about the case specifically, and about how we would like our funding to be restored in the whatever bill they use to solve this budget crisis. Now, if you saw me earlier today in my YouTube Shorts video or on Instagram, I said that saving the CFPB was not only a good idea, it was also it should be the law. And that's exactly what I mean. In the next budget bill, why not just pass a bill that has a clause in it that funds the CFPB? So what I'm asking you to do, 5calls.org, find your senator's number. You got 2 of those. Find your representative's number. You got 1 of those. Unless you're in D.C., then you do not have 2 senators, but you do technically have a representative, even though she is non-voting. Do that and call them up and say, it's important that we fund the CFPB fully so that they can be out there being the quote-unquote cop on the beat. I mean, these folks know what we do. And if you live in some place like Texas or Florida or another place where there might be 2 Republican senators, and this is not to say that this should be a partisan issue. I don't think it should. But I am just noting that Republicans sponsored the big bill. They put in the language about reducing the funding to the CFPB. That was Republicans. And then Republicans all voted for that language. So, again, it's not partisan, but clearly there are some folks that need to be convinced. But yet these folks their offices send people to the CFPB to file complaints and get help. What? Yeah. Huh? No. Yeah. These senators voted for a bill that cut our funding by half, and they send their own people to us to get help. What? It's true. So even if you live in a state like that, even if you're calling someone who you think might not support the CFPB for partisan reasons, partisan reasons, it's not a party, son. Partisan reasons, call them anyways and say, hey, people from your state still call the CFPB. They still file complaints. They still benefit from the CFPB when the CFPB issues fines and arranges refunds and all these other sorts of things. So why wouldn't you fund them? Why would you cut their funding when they're working so well? It's such a picture of government efficiency, in my opinion, and hopefully in yours. So then ask them why. Why would you do that? Obviously, the people in our state need help too. That's what I would say if I were you. But you have to use your own language and your own First Amendment rights. Now, do you want to see me solve a Rubik's Cube? Of course you do. So please call. Go to 5calls.org. Find the number for your senator, for your representatives. I always say that wrong. For your representative and your senators. It seems like since there are less senators, you would have more representatives, but that's not how the math works. I don't know. It just seems that way. Doesn't really. And call them up. Please ask them to restore the CFPB's funding, and then I can do a live stream about something else. Like, I know that a lot of folks out there are asking what I think about, for instance, in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, did the Emperor know that he was going to be betrayed in the Horus Heresy? I have so many thoughts on that, and I would love to share those with you, but I can't because I have to save the CFPB first. So you're not getting that quality content. If you're like, Chuck, I really want to know your thoughts about X plot point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which to me seems like a glaring error. I promise you, I have an opinion and probably, some kind of idea that would make the whole thing make sense to you. I promise you that's the case. But I can't do any of that because I have to save the CFPB. So here you are. You're missing out on the quality content that I could be providing because of the political state of things right now. And I know nobody likes to hear that, oh, now Chuck can't talk about nerdy sci-fi stuff because of politics. I don't like it either. That's where we are in this current day and age. So go to 5calls.org. Also up here on the screen, you'll see nteu335.org/script. That is a script that we had up before. I'm messing this Rubik's Cube all up. Can you believe it? That's a script we had before we were up on 5 calls. So that was put together by my union, but you can also use it to refer to if you prefer. You can do your own research. I would not use ChatGPT. I don't think that's a reliable source. So maybe don't do that one. But anything else, no AI. I'm not just ChatGPT, but rather no AI. And I'm trying to stall and solve this Rubik's Cube while I talk. And I'm just finding I'm not actually as good at solving a Rubik's Cube while talking as I thought I would be. So this is all just more and more stalling tactics while I solve this Rubik's Cube. So I'm going to stop. Let's get back to baby steps. Maybe I'll solve it towards the end of the stream. Everyone is bad at multitasking, and we all like to believe we're good at it. And I'm no better at playing Hollow Knight while discussing the nature of humanity and identity as I am solving the Rubik's Cube while trying to talk about saving the CFPB. I do get decently good at walking in this game Baby Steps while talking about Alf. There was an Alf cartoon. I really enjoyed it when I was young. It was about Alf when he was back on Melmac. I really would like a whole Alf cinematic universe kind of, and like crossovers. I mean, Alf Frasier, that would have been a great crossover. Alf needs Frasier's help with psychiatry. Maybe a wine pairing. I don't know. But, I think something like that could have been really good. but here's what I like read a few. Oh no, this is slippy. This is gonna be bad. So I'm gonna have to take it like easy here. This is what I read a few years ago. That the Alf, let's say actor, the person who I guess kind of invented Alf as a character and played Alf on the show, puppeteered Alf, was kind of a little bit, let's say, wacky. I don't mean that in a pejorative way. He was peculiar. There's a word. He's peculiar, and so maybe that would have like really gone over by lead balloon, like a lead balloon. I've heard that the cast of Alf was pretty miserable through the whole production. It was really weird because the whole set was raised up off the ground by like 3 feet, so the puppeteer guy could puppeteer Alf. And apparently, like, actors fell through that, fell through the floor on a couple occasions. So, anyways, I guess just, you know, my dreams of Alf are long dead. But, you know, the good news is that Alf will always live on in my heart. And see, this would have worked really well if I'd had it handy. Now I just look like an idiot. But I do have an Alf puppet that was supposed to be ready for me to grab. Now I can't find my Alf puppet. Again, professional streamer. No Alf puppet. So, next time, I guess. Next time I'll do this long run-up about Alf, and I'll have an Alf puppet. But I do have this, so here we can go over here, and I can just give you... Oh, I think I knocked my... Well, I also knocked my green screen off a little bit, so... Professional, but that's an Alf action figure. So I'm going to fix my camera a little. There we go. That's an Alf action figure. The Alf puppet would have been better. But I'm sure you're impressed now just at the sheer number of Alf artifacts I have within reach. There's an Alf puppet here somewhere. Eventually we'll see him. Someday. Okay. Look at that. Now we're up on the rocks. No more mud. Okay, but can we get up... Oh, that looks like ballet, not climbing. Good one, Nate. Good old reliable Nathan. Nathan in baby steps. If you're looking for action, he'll show you the spot. He'll fall down and slide a lot. Okay, that didn't rhyme. That didn't match the meter for those of you out there who are big Guys and Dolls fans. But Po Buddy's nerfed. All right, let's try up this side. No, that side we failed before. Okay. So let's see. We got to strategize here, Nate. Anyways, I was looking at the TGIF lineup actually a little while ago. Alf was not TGIF because Alf was on a different network, I'm pretty sure. Regardless, I think TGIF was ABC. Sure. Anyways, Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, Perfect Strangers. Now, Perfect Strangers, you know, you say Perfect Strangers, I say Perfect Show. No flaws. Balky Bartokomous, possibly like racially insensitive to people who live on small islands off Greece. I don't know. Bronson Pinchot, that was the actor who played Balky Bartokomous. Could have seen him in more things. He is apparently, I think, in another 48 hours. 1 of the 48 hours movies. I remember him being in a TV adaptation of The Langoliers. How's that for a deep pull? And that's about it. I think he was terminally underused. And the guy who played Cousin Larry, whose name I don't know off the top of my head, I saw him in an episode of maybe Law and Order Criminal Intent. Yeah, I'm going to say Criminal Intent. I think he and Vincent D'Onofrio maybe had a tete-a-tete, which was basically the high points of Criminal Intent. Oh, no, come on, not in the mud. Oh, no, right in the mud. I was just saying not in the mud. It was a plea. But again, I'll point you back to my previous statements. It's about the struggle, you know? It is about the path. It is about perseverance. This is about your spirit. It's a test of your nature. Are you a human or are you a beast? You know, put your hand in the box. The box has pain in it, and the Gom Jabbar is at your neck. And you must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. So you also must not, despair. Even when Nate slides in the mud all the way back down every time, because mud is slippy. So it's the struggle. This is the struggle. This is all of our struggles. It's metaphorical. And, you know, we're not going to save the CFPB by just giving up and playing Oxygen Not Included, which is the game I would much rather be playing right now. But you don't want to see Oxygen Not Included. Or maybe you would prefer to see it. Instead of me failing to get Nate up this hill 30 times. But that's not what this is about. We said we were playing Baby Steps, and we're playing Baby Steps. Next stream is probably Friday. Just, I know you were asking in your head as you watch Nate slide down the hill one more time. Possibly Friday. It may be due to scheduling difficulties this week that we only have the one Save the CFPB live stream. And that, you know, it may be that, you know, we'll return with 2 next week. And that is not because I'm demoralized by the very few number of viewers that we have on this Wednesday evening. I think Wednesday evening is just a bad choice. Who wants to watch the... Oh, wait. Did I took a different... I wasn't even really thinking, and suddenly I'm in a different place. Nate, don't be slippy, my friend. There we go. Stay thirsty. So there might only be one stream this week. I was considering there's a new demo. There's a lot of demos this week. It's like a demo week. All right, Nate. See, look, we're successful. As soon as we stop talking about it and stop thinking about it, we could be successful. Nate, I wouldn't, if I were you, I would not plead to the whatever God has sent you on this teleportation trip, because that's not something that just happens. Well, maybe it is. Because, well, I don't need to get into the whole world of entropy and Boltzmann and, you know, the Boltzmann brain, and whether it's more likely that Nate just was teleported randomly as an entropic event than, you know, it was a willful act by some magical being. It could be either. Why do I hear water dripping? Okay. That's just life, I guess. I don't know. That's definitely from the game, so it's not just water dripping in the room. But I don't know what's going on. This is weird, too. Am I going down or up? Nate's kind of poise makes me think I'm going down a hill. And I definitely do not want to go down a hill after that mud incident. So, but it looks like I'm going back up over here, so I'm hoping. Again, I don't know what that dripping sound is, or chirping. I'm a little bit creeped out by it. But Nate is feeling good. Oh, what was that? That was a weird sound too. The audio design here is getting interesting. I don't know if it's trying to tell me a story or if it's just accident. Oh, do not fall down there, Nate. Do not fall down there. Do not fall down there, Nate. That does not look good. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We're not falling down that. We work together as a team. Oh, Nate, why? This doesn't look good, Nate. Okay. We're taking it careful, Nate. Real careful. Baby steps, Nate. No. No, okay. Baby steps, Nate. Baby steps. Good job. Good job, Nate. You're on my team. I see that. You are on my team, Nate. We're working together. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, my brother, Nate. Woo, cutscene.
Oh, god damn it.
Nate, are you okay? You look
Oh my God.
sad.
Oh, hey, Mike. No. That's sad. I was just taking a break from my run. So road's out.
Yeah, road's out, but no worries. Grapple point.
Grapple point.
Oh,
See?
grapple point. Oh, just grapple. I'll grapple it.
Yeah, just grapple it with your grappling hook.
Oh, yeah, I'll just grapple that fucker with my grappling
Yeah,
hook.
no worries. Just grapple that fucker.
I'll just grapple that fucker.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, Salada.
Oh, Solana.
That was, I mean, the swearing. I'm sorry about the swearing for anybody who is out there watching with their children. I didn't know it was going to be that kind of stream. I would have warned you ahead of time. But I'm supposed to just grapple this with my grappling hook. But, yeah. Clearly left that at home, Nate. So we're going to try and walk it. We're going to fail. And then down there I see some boards. So we'll try that, I guess. This looks like it's going to be bad for us and to us. Good job, Nate. Look at you. Big boy. That's my big boy. That's my big boy, Nate. Okay, get your foot out of there, Nate. Good job. Good job, Nate. All right. Okay, Nate, I don't have a lot of faith in this part. But look at you. Look at you, Nate. You're succeeding. See? That's my big struggler right there. That's my big boy, my big struggler. See? Struggle on, struggler. We didn't need a grapple point, Nate. You and me working together, we're professionals. Woo! Woo! Oh, Nate. Nate, I've been wrong about you. Actually, I didn't say anything bad about you at all, Nate, but I just wanted to say, Nate, you really have made this stream worthwhile, because here we are working together, talking about the struggle, and we have come up real big here on that obstacle. I mean, look back at that. Look at that. That's what we did, Nate. That's what we did. We didn't need the stairs and the walkway that might have been a lot less stressful and possibly easier instead of doing what we're doing here. But we didn't need that. We worked together, you and me, mostly me, and we did it. And look at us now. Look at us. We're getting up there. Oh, that was a little bit of a header, but we're getting up there, Nate. And what a way for us to get here. Here we are, an hour into the stream, and me and Nate are just firing on all cylinders together. All those mudslides, they taught us something. They taught us something about life. They taught us something about the obstacles that we all encounter. They taught us something about loving ourselves and respecting ourselves enough to stand up and keep going, to believe that we have that spirit in us, that we are good and that we are deserving of love and respect, and that we too can conquer that which is set before us. I mean, what an inspiring tale.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly, Nate. Okay, let's not spoil it now, Nate. Let's not spoil it. Thank you, buddy. yeah, so if you're not inspired at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Nate, please get up. Nate, please get up. Nate, please get up. Nate, please get up. Good job, Nate. Do we want to go over there, Nate? No, there's a walkway there for sure. That's over there. I would love to get to, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think, there we go, Nate. See, we just needed a little of a different approach. If you're not inspired right now out there in YouTubeville watching this stuff, I don't know what to tell you. But I want to do, now that we've succeeded pretty well with Nate here, we're going to do a little ask break. Okay, Nate, just hang out there for a second, buddy. Whew, okay, let's see. Oh, no! I'm in Thronia, and I'm the king of Game Thronia. Look at that. Yeah, green screen. How do you like that, huh? I'll do a dramatic scene from your favorite show, Game Thronia. You know what? The one thing about this is, I was gonna say it makes me look like I'm balding more than I am, which I'm doing a pretty good job of balding. But actually, it makes me look like I'm in Back to the Future, and Marty McFly is kind of risking my existence. Anyways, here's a dramatic scene from Throne Games. You gotta play that Throne game if you want to win. And that's Throne Game. So here's our petition, change.org/stopvote. Many of you now maybe have heard about Russell Vogt. He is OMB director. He's just trying to fire a bunch more federal employees. He's been behind a lot of the existing firing, and he's the acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And under his leadership, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has dropped a lot of lawsuits, has let different financial companies get away with things, essentially releasing them of their responsibilities and under the law, and telling them they didn't have to pay fines, and telling them that we weren't going to pursue enforcement. And I don't think that's what's best for the American consumer. So I don't know. We have a petition. If you agree, read up, sign the petition if you're into it. You know, we're trying to get as many people on this train as possible. There's other similar petitions and actions out there now that more people are paying attention to the actions of Mr. Vogt. But we were the first. That doesn't get you anything. We're not bragging. But here's the thing I'll say. Mr. Vogt, Mr. Russell Vogt. Look, this is me. It's me. I'm talking right to camera now. It's me. I'm talking to you. If you're watching, Mr. Vogt. If you want to talk, I'm here. I'm happy to talk things out with anybody. You know, anybody out there. I've said this several times before. If you need a friend, I'm here. If you want to discuss, you know, any kind of pain in your life, you just want to kind of let loose and kind of get some things off your chest or off your shoulders, I'm here for anybody. You know, we all deserve respect and love, and I think it's tough out there for people, especially if they feel like someone has persecuted them, or a group is against them, or some aspect of the world is aligned against them. And it's easy to feel that way because it's tough. I mean, we look at Nate's struggle today. It's tough, and it's hard to have that refueling, self-refueling spirit to stand up and struggle onward with a positive attitude and with love in your heart. I don't blame anybody for coming up short on that. It's difficult, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've worked long and hard to try and kind of keep that fire alive of respect and love first, dissolve all the hatred, dissolve all the blame, things like that. So anybody out there, if you need somebody to talk to about any kind of pain that you're going through, please reach out. You know, I'm not saying I have time for 7 billion people. Probably not. The math probably doesn't work on that. But I could probably dole out an hour here and there, you know. So, and you know, if maybe that'll inspire other people, and then eventually, if we get like 1 billion people who are willing to do it, we could help all 7 billion people. That's the plan. Anyways, so change.org/stopvote. Check it out, and if you agree, sign up. Let's go back to Nate and try to get Nate to a nice place of respect and love on this mountain, and then we can say goodnight and feel like we've really accomplished something. Again, virtually no one is watching this stream. Not that I'm calling my viewers no one. You are someone special, each one of you. But I will say the number is not high. So it's a Wednesday night. I've sent, you know, and that's okay. We all have, you know, this is my burden that I've chosen, and Nate's burden a little bit too. And probably this wasn't the right way to climb this hill. That's a big thing. That's a thing I have problems with, and Nate and I have to work that out together, you know? But, yeah, it's not a populous evening tonight, but I hope that everybody out there feels pretty inspired by Nate's struggle. I feel really inspired by it. And, I was trying to trick the game into thinking that it had like a climb mode. I was trying to trick it into thinking like press A to climb. Does not actually have that, and it did not let me fool it. So good for you, game. I was trying to pull a fast one, and you were watching. You were watching out for that. Oh, I almost pulled a fast one on you there, game. I almost got you. Let's see what this side of the mountain looks like. Anyways, so we talked about Alf. We talked about Frasier. We've talked about Nate and his struggles. What we haven't talked about is... What haven't we talked about? I mean, we've covered everything. I was going to say that we were going to play the demo Friday for a game which I'm already forgetting the name of. It involves forklifts. It's another one of these proximity chat multiplayer games. Actually, I don't even know if it has proximity chat. It's a multiplayer cooperative game where, you know, chaos happens and you're trying to drive forklifts. I played it with my son, the demo, which came out, and I found it a little boring after a round or two. I mean, there's only so much that you could do on the forklift. I wish... Oh, come on, Nate. Oh, we were close there. I wish that the sledding game demo disappeared. I don't know if it came back for this demo week that we're having right now. I would love to play sledding game again. I had a lot of fun playing sledding game. There's a lot of stuff to do in sledding game. It's cool. You can get different hats, and I could be a bear. And I love that for me. So I'm a little bit disappointed that we can't play sledding game again. And if I want to be a bear, which I do most days, I kind of have to go like Diablo 4. There's a bear. My character in World of Warcraft could turn into a bear. I haven't played that in a while, though. I don't know that that's very exciting to watch. If Nate could turn into a bear, I think this game would be a lot easier. It would be a little bit more difficult with controls with 4 legs, you know. I'm trying to run up the hill. It's not working. I don't know if this might just be the wrong cliff face to take here, but I don't like the prospect of going back down. Maybe I should just move over this way. Is the chicken near me? Is the chick with me? Or is there a cat? What is that down there? Is that something? Or am I imagining things? No, I'm imagining things. I hear a thing. I cannot find it. Alright, moving on. A wish sledding game was still around. I could be a bear. I could play a bear in World of Warcraft. I could play a werebear. I could turn into a werebear in Diablo. That's pretty fun. Oh, do not fall down there, Nate. No, 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 my Nate. No, 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 my Nate. Thank you, my Nate. What is that noise? Is the goat following me? Sounds like it could be a goat. I'm sure that, again, it's narrative sound design here. And that it's intended for me to find the source of this noise. Okay, Nate, if we can get over this rock obstacle, that'll be it for this evening. And you can give your knees and back a rest. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good now. And there may be a goat. Which, there might be nudity at that point. But the good news is I turned off the nudity. So it'll be blurred or something. Unfortunately, you can't turn off the F word. And I'm sorry for that again. This is supposed to be a family-friendly stream. You know? Kids watch this stream. Okay. Which way, Nate? What do you think? I think go up to the right. Oh, Nate agrees. Okay. Alright. This is a fine time for me to say 5calls.org. Please go there. Call your 2 senators and your 1 representative. Or if you live in D.C., your 1 representative. Or if you live in Puerto Rico, I'm sorry, just call anybody. No, I think that there are also representatives, non-voting representatives for Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, places like that. I don't know. Somebody correct me in the chat, or else I will just continue to be wrong. This looks like a nice road, Nate. Where's our next stopping point, Nate? What do you think? You want to come up around this corner and see what's there? All right, Nate says yes. Nate's walking a little crooked, so I'm going to try and... I just feel like... Yeah, I feel like you're walking a little knock-kneed there, Nate. And, oof. I know that we've endured a lot together, and it's a lot of face plants. But this is beautiful up here, Nate. This looks beautiful. So hopefully we're coming up with something real nice. I don't like the sound of running water, because running water has been trouble for us in the past. And the last thing, oh man, the last thing we need, Nate, is trouble. Oh, Nate. This, nobody likes what we're about to see here, Nate. Okay, this is where you gotta have the faith in yourself and your abilities, and that mud is only so bad. Good job, Nate. Good job. Okay. We got this. See? I knew we weren't going to fall down the mountain. At least not that way. Might be other ways to fall down the mountain. We're going to go check out this point of interest over here, Nate. And then, look, we've got a beautiful path forward for next time. Sorry if I've been talking into the mic quite as closely as I should, but Nate, this is all so beautiful that I'm just celebrating it in my own way. All right. Nate, there's a pizza. Nate, there's a pizza. Pizza, Nate. You're standing on the pizza, though. And then you fell down, Nate. Okay, well, I was hoping for cutscenes, because I love cutscenes. But, and I knocked those bottles over. And Nate didn't really react, and no one else did either. Not like the porta potty. There's no pizza in the pizza box, so I think we're going to move on. That's fine. We knew what we were in for there. Alright. So this is going to be the path we'll take next time when we rejoin Nate in his inspiring story of baby steps. Try to get him back to his couch in his parents' basement, I think. Alright. Oh, that looks beautiful. Look at that. This looks a lot nicer than previous parts of this mountain. Now, do I see... Okay, I see up there is a nice glowing spot. We probably want to get there. I think the glowing spots are nice kind of save points or something. I guess that hillside there. All right, look, we're going to give Nate another 5 minutes, and we're going to see if we can... If this is an easy climb up to that light, because that would be... What a great way to end the stream. That would be. So let's see. Because we've done some hard stuff already. So I think at this point they should make this last little bit easy on Nate. I mean, you know, that's not the way the world works. It's not always fair. But we can hope. Oh, this isn't fair at all. I was really hoping for like a stairway. And that is not what they gave me. Not what they gave me one bit. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, well. I don't want to leave Nate high and dry. So let's just kind of get to a nice neutral place. I'm going to try and get up here. I want to take a, you know, another gander at this mountain from a different angle. Ow. Nate fell a little bit there. Nate, that's a nice slide. You just relax for a second, bud. Alright, we're not getting up to that torch after all. I think we can all agree on that. That's unlikely unless there's again, a nice sculpted ramp over here. Or an escalator. That would be a beautiful find, to just find a nice little escalator. There's a tower down there. Hopefully it's not the tower we saw already. Ooh, what's that? Okay, well, we gotta look at that now. Nate, we gotta look at that, buddy. We gotta see what that's about. Alright, good Nate, good Nate. Alright. We gotta see what this one's about, buddy. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, we gotta see what this one's about maybe next time, because clearly what we should have done was climbed up that to get there, and we're gonna have to go back around, and oof. The good news is there's mattresses here, so this is a good place for... I assume when I log off the game, when I save the game and leave for a while, Nate takes a little sleepy wherever he's at, so there's nice mattresses for him to take that sleepy there. Alright, wait, maybe we have another try in us. What do you think? We were trucking there, Nate. Alright, one more try. One more try for this one. It's one more level, Mom. One more level. One more level, Mom. Oh, Nate, come on. You're slowing us down here. I mean, I'll take part of the blame, Nate. I'll take 17% of the blame. Which is 1/7. Right? No, it's not. It's like 1/6. 1/7 is 14%. Anyways, right? 70? Yeah, it's like 14%. All right, now that we're calculating fractions on the fly here, that's not helping Nate, so. All right, Nate, we gotta focus and not do fractions math. There we go. Control that ADHD. We got this. Okay, are we supposed to go up there and then around? Let's see. Get that foot up. Okay. Nope. And there. Okay. Let's try that this way. Oh, crap. I still hear that goat. Nate, if you fall down, we're gonna... Okay. I was gonna say we're gonna take a break there. There we go. Oh, Nate, you almost had that. Feel good about yourself, buddy. You're getting better. Okay, yeah, see? It's okay. It's okay. Stand up right there. Great job. Dare I say, Nate job. Ooh, more pizza. I still hear this weird noise. Okay, are we going to make this? I don't see why not. We're powerful. Move that right foot forward. Good job. Now let's move that and step and that and step. Do you see? Do you see, Nate? How good we are when we work together? No. No, Nate. Nate, 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 Nate! That looked fatal. All right, so clearly the glowing bulb is going to have to wait for another night. Nate just wasn't feeling it, but we got real close, Nate, and you need to feel good about that. You need to feel good about yourself. I feel like Nate has some real self-esteem issues, and we'll work on those in the future. But for now, that's all for Baby Steps for this evening. All right, let's do one final ask. You know where it is, 5calls.org. Call them up. Call that senator and that other senator. Call the representative. Say, hey, do you know the CFPB returned $21 billion to consumers over the last 14 years? It's true. Do you know they've received more complaints this year than in previous years? It's true. And thus, there is no reason to leave their funding cut. In this new era of funding the government, we need to make sure the CFPB is fully funded. Again, not with taxpayer money, but from the Federal Reserve. The CFPB returns almost $3 for every dollar it spends. That's efficiency, baby. I don't know if it's a good idea to call your senator baby. It's probably fine. I guess it depends on the senator. So don't take that as a recommendation from me. Anyways, that's where we're going to leave it. 5calls.org. Again, let me talk about the membership, fan club membership program. You get 5 people to subscribe to the channel, and you become a member of the fan club. 10 people, if you get that, 10 people to subscribe to the fan club, you are a fan of the fan club. That's great. We are at 49. And if whoever you are, number 50, you're out there. Subscriber number 50, you are out there. And when you subscribe, you feel free, send me a message, and we'll get you on the stream. I'm not promising that you'll get to talk, but maybe you can like show up and wink, you know? I don't know. We'll do something for you though. You just get in touch with me. So please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell them about the great green screen now. Tell them about little Jojo Siwa, who if I put her close enough, does she start to? Earlier, I thought she was starting to have green screen transparency. Nope, that's just my head. So we're trying to get that JoJo Siwa action. I did promise that I would solve this. Sorry, itchy nose. I did promise I would solve this, so let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna focus on it because the point of I learned to solve the Rubik's Cube, and if I tell the story of why, it's going to distract me. But I really I needed some more focus time. Something that I could just look at and not think, kind of space out. So I learned to solve the Rubik's Cube to keep my mind busy so that it wouldn't be distracted by the constant other voices in my head trying to tell me other interesting things I should think about or do. So to quiet the voices, I learned to solve a Rubik's Cube. I know that sounds like a crazy person if you say to quiet the voices. But it's just a turn of phrase, I promise you. Okay, so we are all composed of multitudes. You know what I mean? All right, so we've got the 2 opposite colors thing here going. So if you're a old school Rubikser, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you don't. But also if you are, you maybe don't either. I guess it depends. But now I'm on to it. I got this part. I got this part solved. No problems. Okay, look at that. We're back to there. Okay. Man, my nose is really itching. I apologize for all the nose. This doesn't look good on camera, does it? Does it sound good if I talk this way? Probably not. So, oh, we're looking pretty good here. This is nice. I don't mind this. Okay. We're on the second to last step now. If I can remember how it goes. See, that's the problem is don't talk because then I get distracted. Okay. Okay, we're back to this. Okay, shh. Everybody's fine. Everybody's happy. We do this. This. There you go, Chuck. You remembered. You remembered. Whew. Okay. And I think I screwed it up, but that's okay. So, the Rubik's Cube as a means of focus is great, except then the Rubik's Cube as a means of trying to, like, do something cool on a stream while, you know, doing something else doesn't really work. I realize what I messed up there. It's okay. It's okay. We're all fine. You're fine. I'm fine. We all are valuable people with a lot of validity in our lives and our problems. And, you know, nobody is perfect, but we all strive to be better than we were yesterday. One last step. We're almost there together. Together we can solve this Rubik's Cube. You just wait quietly and believe in me, and I will find our way out of here. There we are. All right. Thank you all for watching. Again, 5calls.org. Save the CFPB. We'll be back again soon. Stay tuned. I don't know if we'll be back again this week. Just watch the normal feeds, the channels, the Instagram, the YouTube channel. Subscribe. You'll get notified. Probably. I think there's like a bell or something. I don't know. I'm not a professional. But we're going to do this until we save the CFPB. Thank you all. And here, once again, to play us out is the song. Good night.